So, Tucker,
Yes.
on this socket we played the first Dreamcast Sonic game.
Oh yeah! This is happening!
The first fully fledged 3D kind of Sonic game.
Yeah.
Built from the ground up.
Hell yeah.
New engine that they had 10 months to make, and we're here. And I always hear you say, I'm really afraid to go back to this game from my childhood because I'm afraid it's going to ruin it.
Yeah.
And I didn't completely understand that sentiment because I guess I've never really experienced that to the fullest.
Okay.
I just haven't gone back to a game and been like, oh no, that's sad.
Yeah.
And Sonic Adventure might be the first game where that happened.
Oh.
I mean,
You don't like it?
I do like it, but I didn't realize entirely what I was playing.
Okay.
I didn't completely understand.
That sentiment is something I've experienced from other people talking to them about Sonic Adventure. Where, as a kid, it's like this crazy thing, and the world just goes on forever. And it's insane. It's like this whole world to explore. And then you play it, and it's like 3 rooms, and...
Yeah. You're going to the Mystic Ruins over and over.
I love this game. I think this game's great.
I think it's really cool, yeah. I've got very specific problems with it, and the story is absolutely hilarious. I don't understand how I took any of these seriously, because as a kid, I remember just being like, oh, cool, what's Sonic doing? Oh, awesome. Oh, Knuckles is guarding the Emerald. Okay, that's cool. And whoa, there's this ancient society? Whoa! But now it's very silly.
It is very silly. It barely holds together as a series of events that happen.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that they decided to build 6 separate characters with 6 separate, largely gameplay mechanics.
Yeah.
And just throw them all into this one game. Very fascinating.
I think as much as it doesn't make any sense, and as much as their stories contradict each other, and by the end it just feels like a plate of spaghetti, all these plots going on. But the way they make new levels for different characters that are sections of other levels, but they like Amy's, like Twinkle Park for Amy is completely different from what you experience as Sonic. And you know, Big turns all the levels into these little fishing spots, and that's cute. And Gamma is just like blow everything up in these levels that you've already been through. And that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that all works really well for what it is. It's the ambition, I think, is there, and they actually make good on it.
Yeah, I agree. I think from a story perspective, despite the fact that the story is a mess, it's very interesting. It's a very interesting idea that you would kind of play a single character story through and then see a couple characters along the way, and then you get to play the other character, and then you get to see how their stories intersect, and you get to fill in some of those blanks that you didn't get to see the first time around,
or create new blanks sometimes.
Yes. Why isn't Tails wearing the medal in this cutscene? I got the medal way before this point.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Where, like, from then on he's got it, but until you get it, he doesn't have it. It's like, I feel like there's this really cool, like, meta direction they could have taken this, where things only happen when you make them happen, but otherwise the timelines don't converge right, type of thing. But they don't actually. it's just not told well. It's not constructed well. But they could have turned that into gold. But
they could have
instead,
just a gold turd.
But the story is so stupid that I don't care. Like, it's not like, oh, this contradicts what I believe. It's just things that are happening, and can you explain what is actually going on in this game? Because I thought about it, and it didn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, but they tried.
Yeah, I mean, the driving force behind this plot is you get a Chaos Emerald, and then Robotnik shows up and takes her from you, and it just happens.
It happens every time.
It just happens and happens and happens and happens, and you see it from all the other perspectives, which doesn't make it feel good.
Yep. It's just so paint by numbers how to make a Sonic video game plot.
Yeah.
How to make any video game plot.
Yeah. There's
they
7
pull out
of
Chaos
something.
Emerald.
Yeah.
Robotnik boss fight.
Yep.
You win. Robotnik
Yep.
takes the emerald anyway.
Yes.
And then at the end, he gives the emerald to the bad thing.
Yep.
And then the bad thing gets super bad, and he's like, oh no, I didn't want that.
Yeah.
And then bad thing kills him, and then you stop bad thing.
At the same time, I really like some of the story in this game.
Really? Do tell.
I think Gamma's storyline is actually really cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's one of the few that actually has an arc.
right. And the way that arc ends, I think, is really sweet. And
Yeah.
just to characterize, to humanize these robots you've been blowing up for 20 games now that have little animals in them.
Yeah.
And for him to... And they tell that story effectively without it just being like him saying,
I must kill myself because I have the animal inside me.
type of thing. Like, they show his, like, thought process through images, and they do it very infrequently, and they do it just enough to give you the gist, and they don't nail that, you know, they don't, like, overdo it. It's like, mwah.
Yeah.
They sell it at the end, and I appreciate that. Otherwise, I don't care about the story, no.
Yeah. There's little nuggets in there that you could pick
Yeah.
out. Little stuff.
Well, it's just having to see that same cutscene, you know, anytime an important thing
Yeah.
happens, it's just like,
It is. And you can't skip them.
no.
Isn't that wonderful?
So, how about playing this game, though? How does that go for
Yeah.
you?
Yeah. I gotta say, the first Sonic level, fantastic.
Okay.
I really, really like that.
What the-
That was one of the levels that was in the demo. The orca's chasing you
Yep.
for some reason.
Yep.
It's breaking the bridge.
Yep.
And I was surprised by how well this game controls. I mean, it holds
Yeah.
up surprisingly well. You've got really good control over Sonic,
Yeah.
whether or not he's going fast.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
I was surprised, because I expected it to be slippery and
Exactly.
unwieldy, but you have good momentum, it feels like.
Yeah, it feels good. The spin dash feels good.
Yeah, it breaks it.
The homing dash feels great.
Yep.
That's a very good move. It's like Sonic stuff is just awesome. I mean, it breaks down a little bit in a couple of the later levels where the emphasis isn't so much on speed. It's more like complicated platforming, like clunky shimmying along these pillars,
Right.
or climbing these ladders.
Or weird camera positioning.
Yes.
Type stuff,
That
yeah.
was the main problem I had with everything
Yeah.
was that camera.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
It works fine, I feel like, maybe 60% of the time.
Yeah.
And anytime they try to mess with it, it don't work no more.
No, it doesn't. Did you like the Sonic stuff?
Yeah. I guess my conception going into this game was that was most of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Not just in length, but I just mean, like, you know, Tails is going to be a little different, but that's going to be the same idea. But no, not really at all. So I expected, when I learned that, I expected to just spend the whole game wishing I was playing a Sonic, but that didn't really happen. But that doesn't mean I didn't like playing a Sonic. I thought it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of wish there was a little more meat on that Sonic bone, even
Yeah.
though it was the longest section. But I still really liked it. I liked the opening levels especially because it's like Sonic 2, where you know you can go fast and the levels are designed in such a way that you can actually feasibly understand and fairly, you know, easily divine where it is you're supposed to be going.
Right.
And so you don't really have to slow down all that much. You can home dash against enemies and just like plow through things and get to the end at a satisfyingly quick quip.
Hell yeah. Like that wind level is just,
Yeah.
you know, you're not controlling maybe some of the cooler
Yeah.
stuff, but it just looks so cool running along the wind, and it's very cool.
I like that, yeah.
But yeah, towards the end, I mean, the egg ship level is bad.
Yeah.
They like
Yeah.
forgot what they were doing, type of
Yeah.
thing.
We tried. And then you got that final boss. How about that egg viper, man?
That was bad. That was the bad part. I did not have fun.
No.
That was just, you know, watching my life tick away type thing where,
Yeah.
yeah, I fall off at the end and then I have to redo the whole thing. it just, you are wrestling with the game itself at that point. You're not fighting a boss. It's just glitchy. It's just bad. You just die for reasons that have nothing to do with the way the boss was designed.
Yeah. As opposed to like the character bosses where you just kind of
run
bop them 3 times real quick and then they're done. They're done in 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean all the bosses in this game are bad. To me, I can't think of a good one.
Yeah.
Like the egg hornet or whatever. That's fine. It's like the most generic boss design you could possibly have. But and like fighting it as Tails doesn't really feel like he should jump at things like Sonic does.
Yeah, exactly. But what I found interesting is that most of Tails' levels are actually centered around speed because you're trying to race Sonic to the end.
Yeah.
And I found that very interesting and fascinating. And it was because they made Tails sections focus on speed.
Right.
And Sonic sections just focus on getting to the end of the level. To me, like, conceptually, it would make more sense the other way around.
Yeah.
But I mean, Tails still goes pretty fast. It's still pretty fun to go through those levels and fly through those shortcuts, man.
Break them. I had a ton of fun because it just feels so good to just take off, and they don't limit it too much where it just feels like it's boring. It kind of feels like you're cheating something by just flying away from whatever. Like there's a race course, but you can just fly off and cut off part of it. That's cool. I like it.
We talked around one level.
Oh, no.
We talked around the casino level.
Oh.
You like that casino level?
That's interesting for a lot of reasons. Because you go back to that level, and then it's just a level. As like other characters. It's like, you have to go to the casino and do a level, but as Sonic, it's like, you have to do the pinball and then get the rings to get to the thing that's on top of the thing. Why are there Chaos Emeralds in places? I don't understand anything.
I don't know. Good question. They're like, oh no, we lost this Chaos Emerald. I guess we need another one. Next level.
It's very strange. It was not good pinball.
Is the pinball the only thing you can do?
There's the pinball, and then there's the other pinball, and then if you don't
pinballs.
do well, you go through the sewers.
Yeah. And then you can like bop the slot machines and they just spit out rings.
Like 2 each. And then they disappear. You can go back as Knuckles and find shards of the emerald.
Yeah.
You punch Sonic statue in the foot and it melts, and then there's a shard of something in there.
That was cool. Frustrating. Yeah, I was trying to figure out where the heck that emerald was. And then,
I like the Knuckles stuff actually.
You do?
For what it is.
Oh.
I don't know.
You're just playing a game of hot and cold. That's it.
Yeah. But it's just kind of satisfying to be like, oh, there it is. Knuckles, I think, is maybe the worst mechanically besides Big, if we can just take Big out of that equation. I haven't played 2, but I assume they fixed like the wall climbing, and it just doesn't feel good.
Yeah, it doesn't. I hope they do. Yeah, it's also very interesting though how like Knuckles is an example of how much they kind of switched up the gameplay mechanics because the level design is very different too. Tails is very similar. You're just getting to the end of the level. Yeah. But with Knuckles, they really just open everything up. Right. And then you just kind of fly around these locales looking for the emeralds.
Yeah, like the first level I think is that speed highway, but it's not speed highway. It's like just like a couple city blocks to roam around, which I thought was really cool. Yeah. Because I just wasn't. I feel like everybody's played this game, and I just feel like an idiot. But I didn't know what to expect with any of this, so when you start playing as Knuckles and all of a sudden all the levels are different, I was like, whoa, that's cool.
Oh, nice.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Amy levels?
I dislike them more than I dislike the Knuckles levels, actually. It was very lumbering for me. It was more interesting from a gameplay perspective how it was a little more puzzly, where you'd have to like throw things on switches, stuff like that.
Turn the crank or whatever.
Yep, and you've got the thing always chasing you.
It's that's maybe the least fun section.
Well, there's still the big section. About that.
But I appreciate I don't know. Just not that she's a Sonic clone, but that, you know, her hammer isn't just hitting things. You can use it to jump.
Yeah, that hammer jump is cool.
Yeah.
Does a bunch of flips.
It's more interesting than it could have been.
Yeah,
I guess.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow. So big.
So big.
So big.
Yeah, he's a cat.
Yep.
He's like the Jar Jar Binks.
What are you talking about? Question.
No.
Question. I'm big.
When I was a kid, I thought that was cute. I don't know why.
Froggy.
When I was little, I don't know. I legitimately enjoyed the fishing.
I can see you liking the fishing, Kristen. That should
I have
worry
played
you.
worse fishing mini games.
Yeah.
In games that have come out in the past 2 years.
Isn't that scary?
But yeah, we haven't learned a lot when it comes to fishing in video games.
It was all right.
Yeah, it's very simple, not very compelling. I didn't completely understand how fishing in general worked, or at least how fishing in video games worked when I was a youngin'.
Yeah.
So I was like, whoa, this is so dynamic. Like, anything can happen. Like, my line could break at any second. I just need to get this fish in here and get those rings. And now it's like, okay, I'm just scouring the water for the frogs so that it can be done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it can be over in like 3 minutes if you find the frog right away. And if the frog doesn't fight you, as far as the fishing line goes, you just need to get it in front of their face, and then they'll bite it. And then you just got to do the little tug, which feels very bad.
Hit.
Why are the tugs like that? They like slide the line all the way over.
Oh,
that doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
But then, you just make sure you don't break the line and reel it in.
Yes.
Froggy! He swallowed a Chaos Emerald!
So, yeah, okay. Speaking of problems with the plot, so the frog has a Chaos Emerald.
Yep.
Which Dr. Robotnik needs.
Yep.
So, okay, there you go.
So he tells the robot to get the frog.
There's your MacGuffin, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He also has Chaos's tail? Like, why? So there's two reasons to get the same thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. And then he like spits up the Chaos Emerald, but then it doesn't matter because it doesn't, you know, because they're both going to the same place. It doesn't matter.
Who knows?
I lost my mind a little bit during that whole part. And then the song at the end.
Yep.
Where Big and his frog are singing to each other, it seems like. This like bad blues song.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh boy.
And then he takes the Tails flying machine that had no landing gear and he pilots it off of the crashing ship.
Yeah, I thought we established that it was like irreparably damaged and couldn't fly since Tails crashed it.
And he's just like, I don't know how to fly this. But
he's just like young Anakin Skywalker. I wonder what this button does. Boom.
Spinning is a good trick, Froggy.
Oh, this has vehicular combat sections, man.
Does it? What? Oh,
there's two air sections.
Got like
How
Panzer
crazy
Dragoon.
is that? Yeah, they're not very good, but I mean, they're fine.
Okay, them or Gummy Ship from Kingdom Hearts 1.
Oh, those. Absolutely.
Because you can look at the sun and it blinds you.
There's snowboarding sections.
Yes.
Those are pretty cool. I remember
yeah.
loving that as a kid.
Yeah. It's cool.
I would play those in the demo over and over and over and over because you hit those ramps or you do the tricks.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's just cool things to play in a video game. I don't know.
Totally. Yeah.
I'm not cynical about it. I'm fine with it.
That's good.
It's not great. Like it's not.
Yeah, there's weird
thing.
coming at the camera stuff.
Yeah.
That doesn't work well.
Yeah.
The camera's pointing the wrong way, but just like flying through these glacial mountains and doing the worm on the board while you're jumping over a chasm.
It's so good.
Heck yeah.
And then just Gamma, I think, is super fun.
Yeah,
to play.
Yeah, I think he's awesome. Yeah, his section goes by pretty fast, I feel.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
He's got a long last level, but I never really realized how quickly those levels go by.
Yeah, it's like a minute.
It is.
If that.
And it's just done.
Which is...
I'm like, oh.
It's... I don't know how I feel about that, because it makes you want more, which is good, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Like, if these levels were like 10 minutes each, I I couldn't do it.
No. Yeah.
That would be bad.
Yeah.
Because I mean, okay, like the gamma level in the what that stupid name for it, the hot room or whatever.
Yep.
The hot hatch.
Yeah.
There's like 4 different sections to that, and they're all crazy. And then like you're on top of like a train.
Yeah.
Like it does like the Sonic Triple Trouble thing or
Heck
whatever.
yeah.
But good.
You gotta hop between trains, man. That's like Uncharted 2 level stuff.
That's right. Blowing stuff up. Yeah, I was like, because by that point I was kind of tiring of the game. I would say I was like, okay,
Yeah.
we can start wrapping this up. But then Gamma was like really cool, and I was like, oh, I would play a whole game of this.
Yeah, from a mechanics perspective, it's very simple. You just
Yeah,
hold
it
down
is.
the button to lock on, let go, and you shoot everything.
Right.
But it's satisfying just obliterating everything.
Yeah.
And it's not very hard, so you just explode everything.
We should. Michael requested that we rank these, that we socket the character sections. So I think we can put Big at the bottom.
Yep.
Okay. And then Amy, it sounds like.
Yep, that's
Okay.
right. Put Amy.
Tails feels more busted than Knuckles, but I think it's more fun.
I agree.
Okay. So our Sonic and Gamma are top 2 then? Because that makes
Sonic
sense.
and Gamma are top 2, yes.
Where would
This
you?
is easy. We
What?
agree on all of this.
Which one's first though? Sonic or Gamma?
That's hard. I feel like the highs for Sonic are higher, but Gamma's just like this really consistent, solid, fun romp.
It's like an arcade game you would go play in the 90s.
Yeah,
or something.
totally. Yeah.
I like his story more.
Yeah, that definitely helps. Yeah, Sonic's story is almost non-existent.
I would.
You know what bothered me about Sonic
Yeah.
is his ring dash thing. You hold the
Oh,
button.
it's terrible.
It
Ready?
takes too long.
Go!
Like when I first unlocked it, I played this game as a kid, and I should have remembered this. But when I first unlocked it, I'm sitting there, I'm just like holding the spin dash down, and then I'm trying to do it, and it's not working.
Yeah.
I sat there for like, I don't know, 5 minutes trying to figure out how the heck to go along that trail of rings,
Yeah,
and I couldn't
yeah.
figure it out.
In
And
the
then I'm
hotel.
like, yeah, and then I'm just sitting there holding down the button, and it says hold the button down, and then you can go along the rings. I'm like, okay, I'll just hold it down forever then. And then eventually he did do the
Yeah.
ready thing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, really? You want me to hold it down for a minute?
Yeah.
Why?
You get a
It's too
power
long.
up.
You do.
It cuts it down a little bit.
Too long.
Yeah.
Not having it. Anyway,
You can use it to attack though, which is kind of crazy.
yeah, that is bizarre. I
Like-
didn't completely understand that.
There's that room with like all the little purple things that come at you.
Yep.
There's like 50 of them in that room, and I was just like, I'm gonna do this cool attack, and I was just
Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
I feel like they put that in there just for that purpose.
Yeah, probably.
I didn't do the Chow Garden stuff much because I just found it confusing.
The design of Chaos is, I don't know, weird. But the
I like it.
like the cinematic,
yeah.
the cinematic where
With the
like the
city.
water's coming everywhere. It
That's
doesn't make
cool.
sense. Like water's bursting from like 50-story buildings.
Yeah.
But like when the Chaos thing swells out of the building, and
That's
then you
pretty
see
cool.
the thing like burst out of the water sack. That's
Yeah.
like weird, disturbing, kind of
cool.
really effective.
Yeah. It looks
Surprisingly
good
So. It
for
does.
being 20 years old or whatever.
Heck
I don't
yeah.
know. Yeah. And then they like float away to heaven at the end. Cause like he,
Yeah.
I keep coming back to this, but he was like around before, and then an apocalypse happened or something, and then he's
Yeah,
back
something.
because the Chow, the
Yeah.
Robotnik.
And he feeds off Chaos Emeralds, but only the negative half.
That's right, so they can use the positive half.
Yeah,
to
here
become
you go, Sonic. You use the positive half of the emeralds that are clear.
Friendship.
Because that's the positive part.
I didn't like that part very much, to be honest.
Yeah, as a
Super
kid, oh man, I thought that was the coolest thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, Super Sonic, what the heck? This is amazing. I'm going so fast.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, I just... you go in between 2 points and try not to get hit by it. That's it.
And it's just like,
That's all you do.
he keeps hitting you with the fireball, and it's just, timing is perfect, so as
Yeah.
soon as you recover, he's just hitting you with the fireball. It's so
Yeah,
cool.
that's bad. Ooh, that feels bad. I don't know how I did it so easily as a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. But, like, conceptually, what's
Yes.
happening there is so cool.
absolutely. So is Sonic better, or is Omega better?
I would say Omega.
Or Gamma.
Beta is. I had the most fun, and I liked the story the most. Like, that was a really good one to end on.
Totally.
So
Gamma, Sonic,
Tails, Knuckles, Amy,
Big, Super Sonic.
So is this the part where we just talk about how this game is busted and you can barely play it, and it's like not?
We could do that. Yeah. There's some bad stuff going on. That isn't just the camera not letting you see what's happening.
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, it has that reputation, but I've played games recently that I had a harder time getting through for technical reasons than this game.
Yeah.
So,
there are more broken Sonic games out there too. So
yeah,
they've done worse.
Also, I in my head I always thought of the Dreamcast as like this huge step forward from like the N64, but it's not that great looking, really.
Yeah, I think the lighting looks like really muddled.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It's muddy, kind of. Texture work is bad in this game, I feel. Yeah, playing the Dreamcast version, Sonic's hands are what actually made me feel so weird. Because in the DX version, he has like individually modeled fingers. Oh, really?
And here it's just like a block hand.
It's like a cup.
And I was like, oh, that's not right. That's not how it's supposed to be. But it was how it's supposed to be. It's like I'm listening to the cover of the song this whole time, and then I listen to the original,
you go back and
and
listen
I'm
to the
like,
original.
oh, that's not what it's supposed to be.
That's right.
But I'm wrong.
Sonic Adventure DX is the disturbed Sound of Silence cover of Sonic games, dude.
Put that on the back of the box.
And then, okay, my last thing I want to talk about is the mouth animations are crazy. Yeah. Okay, so this does not go in the Sonic Rock block as far as I'm concerned.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I'm very pleased to say.
I liked this at least twice as much as Star Fox Adventures, which puts it up around Kingdom Hearts 2 territory, I would say.
Holy jeez! That's a big 2 times.
I don't know. I don't even know where to begin putting this.
It's hard. Yeah. I mean, this could hang in a lot of places on this list, man.
Okay, let's do the pulling teeth method. Is this better than Vanquish?
Yes.
Is this better than Sonic 3D Blast? Is this better than Rhyme?
Yes.
Is this better than Resident Evil?
Yes.
Is this better than Chain of Memories?
Absolutely.
Is this better than Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yes.
Okay, is this better than Sonic Triple Trouble?
I would say yes.
Is this better than Fable 2?
This is where it gets tough.
Okay.
I think this is where where I have a harder time, where there's gonna have to be arguments made.
Okay, I'm ready to come swinging.
All right, let's hear it.
There were portions of Kingdom Hearts, Fable 2 that I thought were really boring.
Yeah.
I think Fable 2 is ambitious in some of the ways Sonic Adventure is ambitious in terms of like storytelling and stuff.
Yeah.
Fable 2 is more well put together game, probably. More cohesive.
They also probably spent like 4 years on that game.
Yeah. The dog dies at the end, which is sad.
Yeah. You got Nazi internment camp.
Yeah, you do, building the giant stupid tower or whatever.
Yeah.
But I had more fun, I think, with Sonic Adventure, to be honest.
All right. Yeah, I'm down with that. I'd assume the same goes for Metroid Prime. That was for me.
But
Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Yeah, I think Sonic 3 and Knuckles is like a really good Sonic game in a way that Sonic Adventure kind of isn't.
Yeah, I think that is a very good way of saying that.
But also Sonic 3 and Knuckles kind of started building towards a lot of what Sonic Adventure did, I feel like, in terms of story and stuff.
Yeah. I would say Sonic 3 and Knuckles is less interesting, but
yeah, it's the third
of
those.
Yeah.
The third and a half of those.
And this is the first of these, dude.
And a lot of people would hold that against it.
Yeah.
But right in this area is, I think, probably a good spot for Sonic Adventure, I'm feeling. Would you put it above Yoshi's Story?
Yeah, I personally would. Yes.
Would you put it above Sonic 3 though, and Knuckles?
That's hard.
Okay.
I can see an argument for that.
That's tough. I mean, Sonic 3 and Knuckles is really good.
It is. It is. You got that second half, man.
I like that
power of the dual cartridge.
That Egypt level is crazy and awesome.
It is. It is.
Gosh, I would, I guess, almost feel weird about putting Sonic Adventure above Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Yeah, that feels weird for me too.
I think Sonic Adventure is really cool.
Yes.
I think everyone should play it just to experience the magic. I guess. But it feels like it suffers from a lot of things that Sonic 3 and Knuckles doesn't suffer from.
Yeah.
So, how does Sonic 3 and Knuckles end? Do you remember? I don't remember anything about how that game ends.
There's a very hard boss fight, I think.
Okay.
A big robot, if I remember
Yeah, that sounds
right.
about right.
Very big robot.
Metal Sonic thing is Sonic CD, right? Where you're like chasing them through the...
Yep,
Okay.
that's in Sonic CD. But I also think there was a boss, like a semi...
Oh, where he like
end
rolls
boss
it.
in 3. Yeah, that might have been it.
Okay.
But that was like end of Sonic 3, part of Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Right, the first
Not
half.
the end of the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay.
First half.
To me, I almost got to give Sonic 3 the nod just because the music is so much better than
Oh, absolutely.
what's going on in Sonic Adventure, and that's a big part for me.
Yep.
But I'm fine with that if you're fine with
Yeah, man, this thing just climbed its way up.
That's okay. I like it.
Ranks. Yeah,
You like it,
yeah,
I
in a
like
way that no other Sonic game in the Rock Block has been able to. So that's commendable.